Hello guys, Nightspectre here, bringing you another League of Legends cast. We're just in the game, 0 minutes, I found one, I was very lucky. So, I can talk about itemization and stuff, so that's pretty swell, isn't it? Let's go over red team quickly first. So, we have a Varus on the bottom together with Sona. Sona, of course, buying all kinds of wards. Vision wards, just ordinary side wards, and of course, through her masteries, even the Explorer's ward. Varus, he started off with the Doran's Blade, so he wants to be aggressive early on, still have a lot of health, and have a little bit of sustain in the lane. A mid Tryndamere, by the way. I wonder why. Maybe Alex6 has something to do with that, but he is getting caught, finding himself with Vayne, going in pretty deep. I think, of course, that he has the spinning slash leveled up indeed, so he could just go over the wall, as you could see there. So Tryndamere in the middle. We have a Singed who will probably go top. Yes, indeed. Oh, actually, no, it's a jungle Tryndamere. What was I saying? Guys, what was I saying? Well, I was thinking about the All-Stars. Oh, actually. No, never mind. So there was a mid Tryndamere in the All-Stars, so I thought, hey, maybe there's a mid Tryndamere here as well, because people like to copycat. But they don't. So, a jungle Tryndamere, of course, mid will be Kassadin. It all makes sense now. And then top Singed. We went through them. Then we have a Zac who will be top for blue team. And a Lee Sin in the jungle, who is fairly good. We've seen a lot of decent Lee Sin play today and yesterday. I am talking, of course, the All-Star weekend. Lots of good Lee Sin plays. We have Janna, who will be supporting her Vayne, taking the golems, so they will have a level advantage. The red team is not that lucky, the bottom lane is, because they are helping their jungler. Lee Sin actually doing it all by himself, which is quite impressive indeed. Maybe Zac is going for blue, not really. Zac and, well, the mid laner for blue team, Lux, have taken the wolves, so in a way they should be able to do a little bit better in the lane, because they will level up a little bit quicker. And Kassadin, one of the problems that he has pre-level 6 is that he doesn't have Rift Walk, and that's basically the ability that defines. Did I say Kha'Zix? I meant Kassadin. It's what defines a Kassadin, so I hope he'll fare well, but as you can see, Lux will level up before him as my mouse went crazy. Lee Sin, being the Lee Sin that he is, will try to harass the Tryndamere. We will actually get this though. There's no escape for Tryndamere. It's going to get slowed down and oh, nice dodge Tryndamere. You can now just go away. You did great. So Lee Sin wasting a lot of time there. Tryndamere not thinking that Lee Sin would actually turn around and go even further for him. Is going to start the golems. Lee Sin now, of course, thinking that he did it, will go flashing with the slow. Will he be able to land his Sonic Wave? Yes, he will. First blood for Lee Sin. Singed is approaching though, but Lee Sin is level 3 versus a level 2 Singed. Singed, of course, ghosting around as usual, is going to find himself a Zac though. Lee Sin able to safeguard towards him as Zac places a ward down, so Lee Sin will be able to safeguard towards that even easier. As the Vayne is doing a little bit of damage there onto Varus and Sona, taking some damage from Janna, and vice versa as well, so pretty good. Lee Sin doing great. Tryndamere being a little bit too cheeky there, thinking that Lee Sin would have given up. I would have thought the same, to be honest. Though, yeah, mind games, man. You cannot decide what one person thinks, and therefore you will die. First blood given away to Lee Sin, who now has the Moderate's Blood Razor. No, the normal Razor. Of course, hastening the jungle. Moderate's Blood Razor isn't even in the game anymore, Nightspectre. You silly. I know. I miss that item. Though Blade of the Ruined King is better in every way. Lee Sin now, of course, has double buff as well, taken away from Tryndamere, so it was wise of him to use Smite to do a quick red without the help of his allies, meaning that his allies could take Wolves and Golem, so that they could level even quicker, so it worked out in the end. Of course, if his gank would have failed, he would have been behind a whole lot. Kassadin being forced out of lane. Oh, not enough Lux, not enough. A great flash away by Kassadin. If Lux was able to put an ignite onto his face, he would have died. Though he is, of course, forced out of lane and his flash is off cooldown. However, he has teleport, so he should be back relatively soon. We shall see. Is there a teleport coming down onto this tower? There is indeed, so he will miss out just 2 minions, I think. Well, Tryndamere takes 2, so a pity for him. He would have gotten them. but Tryndamere takes them. Lane tags. Tryndamere was, of course, a little bit behind, so he will need all the help he can get. Sona now getting taken down fairly low. She will get knocked against the wall. There's no surviving there. Lee Sin is, of course, there as well. Will land the Sonic Wave. Will follow it up with the slow. The red buff, of course, slowing as well, but he goes away. He didn't want to tank too many turrets, nor did he want to tank too many minions. Didn't want to go in there. I thought one more auto attack or two might have gotten the kill, but perhaps it was indeed a little bit too dangerous. The Tempest slow wasn't as much as I would have thought. Then again, why would you count on that? Well, if you have a red buff... Oh, the red buff actually is gone now that I see it. Ooh, I don't recall whether or not it was gone whilst he ganked. If that were the case, then that was a little bit unlucky there, because it should have only just gone off cooldown. Kassadin back in the lane. He will get ganked though. Lux should be about to level 6, well, after this minion wave perhaps, and Lee Sin should wait for that, to be honest. We shall see. The binding missing there. Lux, of course, trying to force out the Kassadin once more. She has been doing that the entirety of the laning phase, so Kassadin should not be expecting Lee Sin, though he is expecting it now. Lee Sin with the Sonic Wave onto the face of Kassadin. That gotta hurt, and it did. I think Lee Sin is now going to the middle or going to find himself a Tryndamere. Never mind, he's going back in for the Kassadin. Lux is still not... Oh, she is level 6. Great. Blue buff now has disappeared for Lee Sin as well. He is only level 4. He could have been way higher. For Tryndamere is already level 5. Now, considering that he died, lost his buffs, and had to try all over again, he's been doing great. Of course, Lee Sin has been pressuring the lanes. He hasn't been farming his jungle at all, to be honest, making it so that he is a little bit behind level-wise, but kills-wise, he is a little bit ahead. Though not that much, to be honest. Only the kill of Tryndamere worked out. Yes, indeed, he didn't get an assist for the bottom lane because he was a little bit too late, and he didn't get the kill onto Varus as well. So, Lee Sin actually in a tough predicament there. Keep in mind, of course, that the viability of Lee Sin drops low after the mid-game. Zac missing his stretching on there. That's weird, though. Sinch is going very deep now, flinging the Zac. Of course, Zac still has his passive, so he shouldn't be too scared. He can regen quite well as well, just like Sinch, so he doesn't need to be all that scared. Of course, Sinch doesn't have his insanity potion, so Zac might do this. The ignite is going down. Sinch now using his ghost to run away. The ignite not able to get the kill onto Zac, for he regens just a little bit tut much. So that's a ghost burned by Singed and an ignite burned by Singed, for only an ignite on Zac. Lux going in with a gank on the bottom. Her laser should be able to get the kill onto Sona if needed be. Varus walks away. Tryndamere should be about level 6, right? Yes, right after he has this red buff, he will be level 6 and he will be able to gank. Of course, Lee Sin trying to do the same thing again. It won't work this time though. Tryndamere is level 6 with a whole lot of rage build up, and I can't really blame him. Lee Sin trying to go for the kill, gets slowed by the red buff, will get the spinning slash onto his face, will need to flash away even. Singed was approaching, Kassadin is still approaching with his Riftlock and a blue buff. He is fast, but he decides to back off. Pings are going down onto the wolves. Lee Sin is nowhere near. He didn't do the same thing as Tryndamere would have done. And Singed isn't going to find him either, though blue buff should be about to spawn. I think it's about 30 seconds, but red team decides to just back off. So then, 9 minutes into the game, blue team has 3 kills, red team 0, though still the difference isn't even 1,000 gold, so red team doing fairly well considering. They had a tough beginning phase because of course Tryndamere died in the beginning, and that's pretty bad for a jungler. It's really hard to come back from that, but Tryndamere did great. He farmed his soul out, Lee Sin tried to gank and his ganks kind of failed, so in the end it all worked out. Farm wise they are out farming a blue team as well, except for probably Varus though. Nope, even Varus is doing great as we're going to the top, because well, apparently the poke from Vayne isn't important enough. They are level 6 though only Sona is not level 6 yet. That's a pity indeed. Vayne going in will get Cursed. Oh, just leveled up there, Sona, but it won't work. She gets knocked towards the wall. She doesn't get stunned, though. Continuing on, Varus wants to go for a kill, but the Eye of the Storm is just too much. Vayne now running away. A kill for Varus. It should be a double kill. Who will get it, though? Well, it will be Varus. Double kill for Varus. Great play, indeed. They weren't ahead in that team fight, though. They had a little bit of more minions. Not that it mattered, though. They timed their summoner spells perfectly. Sona leveling up at the perfect moment. Who would have thunk? As Lee Sin still not level 6. Then again, he missed his Sonic Wave, so he couldn't have gotten the kill anyway. Zac being pushed down by Singed. He has a Negatron cloak, so he should be able to sustain quite well against Singed. Singed, on the other hand, went for the Catalyst of the Protector. He will probably rush a Rod of the Ages because it's a good item on Singed. Mana means health, and health means health. And ability power means damage on Singed. So why not? The Fling goes down once more. Slingshot goes down also, but it didn't really connect it. So Singed will probably bully out the Zac just a little bit more. He doesn't have Insanity Potion yet, so he needs to wait just a little bit. But I think the moment he has it, he might be able to force the Zac passive to pop. We shall see. Of course, he needs to be careful. If Zac decides to be aggressive, Lee Sin is on the way. It might be dangerous for the Singed. Though tower diving a Singed can be dangerous. We shall see. Zac going into the brush. Someone else might be dying. Lee Sin is actually not going in after all. A pity indeed, they might have done something. Insanity Potion now active for Singed. She's going to Ghost as well. Will probably fling the Zac, and now finally Lee Sin is approaching. Trying to save the Zac will probably work. Zat with a fling shot, but he is going to die. Doesn't matter though, for he is Zac, so he will just regen, spamming his laugh even though he's just a pile of goo. But in the end, aren't we all a pile of goo, ladies and gentlemen? Well, probably not the ladies. Yeah. Anyway, red team finally with some kills. A pity indeed that Singed didn't get the kill. The kills were of course Varus on the bottom lane with great plays there. Of course, if bottom lane of red team is able to prevail in the end, then it will make it so that they might win in the end game. They have a great team for it anyways. Kassadin can pretty much one-shot a Lux in the end game, and Lux's viability decreases at the end, personally, is what I find. Lee Sin also decreases his viability, so, well, Vayne is very strong. I love Janna in teamfights, so don't get me wrong about that. Zac I like as well, has been nerfed just a little bit, but it's only his early game that has been nerfed, so his end game should still be fine. But then again, Varus is strong, Sona is strong, Kassadin is strong, Tryndamere is strong, and Singed is strong, so in the end game, I would give it to red team to win. We shall see. They are now collapsing towards Dragon. It's about time that Dragon is going to get taken, but not with this Tryndamere, I feel. That laser wouldn't have reached, to be honest. But at least he tried, and the timing went down perfectly. Just a few seconds too late. Zac with the Let's Bounce, trying to kill a Singed. Won't work. He just pops his Insanity Poison and regens as much as he loves. Zac, of course, regenning the same, so both of these guys will probably not be able to kill each other unless it's a very long fight, which always results in a jungler getting there to snatch the kill away anyway. Lee Sin going in for a gank, and the final hour being popped by the Vayne. She will get stunlocked though by the Varus, but it won't be enough. Lee Sin with the kill. Varus just walks away again. So Sona getting caught quite a lot lately. It's 3 times that she died. Of course, she is the support. She always gives her life for the AD carry. It's a thing that she does great. Then again, you don't always need to die, girl. You can just not get caught. But it was a very great Sonic Wave indeed. The final hour was perfect as well from Vayne with the Condemn. I don't think it's stunned. I can't remember, though it might have. Tryndamere going for a gank as well as Lee Sin at the same time. Zac is relatively low though. He needs to be careful. Though Tryndamere was actually running away. I don't know. They could have gotten the kill onto Zac. Now they're going in with the teleport. It has been cancelled though. Kassadin doesn't want to go in, and I can't really blame him. So a teleport will... No! It actually got interrupted by Lux apparently. Oh! That's a pity indeed. That's gonna be a long cooldown for Kassadin. I thought he interrupted it. Cancelled it by himself. Which would have resulted in the cooldown being halved instead of... Well, just fully on cooldown for the next 270 seconds. Yeah, that's going to be bad for pretty old Kassadin. So, not a single tower has been dropped yet, and apparently red team wants to change that. I don't know how though. They're going to try their luck in the middle perhaps, but Lux and Lee Sin are there, and the wave clear of Lux in the early game is pretty decent. Though she didn't really do her Lucent Singularity all that well. Pings are going down on the bottom lane for Kassadin, and Tryndamere are approaching. Janna just wants to ward, but she will pay for it with her life, probably. Tryndamere is still a little bit too far away. A great shield by Janna preventing most of the damage there. They will push this lane though, and to be honest, Vayne and Janna need to run away, and they are going to do just that. So great perception there by blue team, running away when needed. Vayne getting slowed though, but a great exhaust onto Tryndamere will reduce pretty much all its damage. Condemned against the wall after a perfect monsoon. Tryndamere needing to pop his ultimate to survive. Will survive of course, he is Tryndamere, and Kassadin missing the full spurs there. Oh, if he just waited, he could have force burst the entire team. But nobody has died for now. This is great. The tower is still attacking minions, so they can even destroy the tower. And they will. Zac is nowhere to be seen on top though, so red team still needs to be relatively careful. They are being chicken. Alright, chicken. Yes, you are, Kassadin. Yes, you are. The tower will probably remain if Varus doesn't want to destroy it, though the minions will do their work. Tryndamere needs to be very careful. He doesn't have his Undying Rage, though of course he has his Undying Damage. Blue buff has spawned, and apparently both blue team and red team has a ward there, so Tryndamere can't cheekily steal this. He will try though. He is Tryndamere, so he can do it relatively fast, but there is a Lee Sin approaching, using the ward to safeguard towards, will slow down the Tryndamere. Zac is approaching as well. He still has a follow-up resonating strike there, but a full pulse will slow him down, followed up by the silence, but he is able to safeguard the way. Never mind, the silence will land, and now we have Singed in the mix as well. Zac lets bouncing everywhere, but they can't really find the Lux. Now finally Singed is able to get close to her, but he will get binded and ignited, but so will Lux. Lux ignited, auto attack by Singed, will die, and now we have Zac trying to run away. He should be able to slingshot though. Though he shouldn't be chasing Singed. Never chases Singed. Of course, he has no choice in the matter. Singed is chasing him, and he will get flinged though. Janna with an impressive shield will save the Zac. Zac now going straight for the Kassadin. Kassadin runs away with just a slither of health as well, though he will stay. Needs to be careful though. Lux has a short spawn timer for now, and of course a final spark can reach from far away and can kill you. Whew, well, that was quite a long team fight. Red team actually ahead on blue team. Even though blue team has 3 more champion kills, red team is just out farming blue team by a lot. Every lane is out farming the other lane, which is weird. How is Lux losing to a Kassadin? I don't know. Well, she isn't. She's the only one. Sorry. But Kassadin is doing great, relatively speaking, let's say, as I move these guys around without you guys noticing it. So yeah, of course Kassadin will not out-farm a Lux. That's a given, though he has a champion kill, though Lux has a champion kill and 2 assists, for Kassadin only 1. So she is relatively ahead, though if this dragon is gonna get taken down by red team, then they will just have more money or lead even more. Oh, that's the chain of corruptions landing on Janna. She will use her monsoon, but you cannot knock away a Kassadin in killing spree for the Varus baby. Not a false pulse landing, but here comes the let's bounce action with the laser of Lux, doing a lot of damage, but the entire team survives. It's movement speed being given by the Sona. She is healing herself, but it won't be enough. And that's unstable matter, man. There's nothing you can do about that. Dodge it, Kassadin. Dodge them all. He is dodging them all, but he decides to stay in. Zac, of course, has his passive, so it wasn't really worth it. However, there is a Varus trying to kill all of the blobs. Will he succeed? Yes, he will. Vayne trying to scare him away, but she is a scary girl. But not that scary. I want the monies. I am Varus. So, bottom lane turret destroyed by blue team. At the same time, of course, Singed stayed on top. So he will destroy the top lane turret for blue team. Of blue team. For red team. Janna trying to prevent him from pushing, but what can a Janna do? Well, she can survive, and that's the most important part. She will Zephyr the Singed and then knock him up with a Howling Gale if he gets too close, even though it wasn't too long. Tryndamere now trying to push the middle lane. There is already a Lux, and Lee Sin will be there shortly. So if Lux is able to bind the Lee Sin, he might die. Though the binding misses, not the Sonic Wave though. Tryndamere continuing on, trying to hit as many hits onto Lee Sin as possible, but he will just safeguard to all wide. False Burst not doing that much damage. It's been blocked by Lux's prismatic barrier, most of it though. Such a good ability, and people forget how good it is, especially on a mid-Lux. She has a lot of ability power. That's a big shield. Using her Lucent Singularity to try and stop the push, as Tryndamere is getting caught by a lot of people. There is a cinch though. Tryndamere trying to juke it out, will succeed. Elastic Slingshot towards the Tryndamere though. He is getting slowed, will dodge the Sonic Wave, and needs to Ghost in the end. So that's a pity that he needed to pop Ghost. And Zac now going to get focused by the red team apparently. Sinch getting exhausted. Sinch doesn't care for your exhausts. Fling, Singed, fling! Whee! Oh, there's a Vayne as well. Sinch needs to be careful. Vayne can kill Singed, and it is going to work. One more auto attack will get the kill. Never mind, the Ignite will do. The Ignite on Singed, onto the Lee Sin by Singed will give a kill as well. For Kassadin, Rift walks to safety. Almost dying there, but he will survive. Varus has arrived as well. Maybe he will do a cheeky little kill onto the Zac. It might actually work. He does get binded by the corruption chains, but he will get knocked up in the end. But a kill onto Zac, never mind. So it's a 2-for-1 for red team, so that's great. Kassadin now going to teleport in. Once more action. Once the Janna will get the Janna. One more auto attack, please. Never mind, it's Tryndamere with the static, and that's going to be the kill that Kassadin deserved. So, I lied. It's a 4-for-1. Just because Kassadin, of course, had teleport, he could come back right after he died. It's a good ability, man. It's a good ability, teleport. It makes you weaker in the lane, but apparently Kassadin already has a weak lane, so why should he care about being strong in the lane? Well, personally, I find it more of a reason to try and be stronger in the lane, but Kassadin don't mind, and it works out in the end. He has 2 kills and 5 assists, has a lot of mana to spend as well, so even if you would take his blue buff away, he'll still be able to rift walk all day. Of course, a blue buff is nice to get. Singed, at the meantime, decides to push bottom instead of top, and I can't agree more. Bottom lane is way more interesting to push than the top lane. For of course it is time that Baron fights might occur, and if the bottom lane is being pushed, then well, blue team needs to do something about that, meaning that they need to be further away from Baron. Though that also means that Singed needs to be further away from Baron, and he does not have teleport. Well, we shall see in the end how it will work out. Janna has an oracle, so she wants to clear it out. Smart move if you want to go for Baron. It's a little bit too early on though that she bought her oracles. Fine, if she's able to clear a lot of wards with it, then I don't mind, it's her decision, though it's an expensive item nowadays, especially because it only lasts for 5 minutes. Zac now approaching onto the Singed. Vayne is already there. Janna approaching as well. Lee Sin relatively close. Pink ward being placed down by Sona just to clear a little bit of hearts. But Singed now finally getting caught. Will it work out in the end? He gets knocked up. He gets knocked down. He gets knocked up again. And that will be a quick kill for Vayne. Singed, of course, not having the vision he needs, but the vision he deserves. For Janna, well, has been clearing the wards, so that oracles was pretty much worth it to get the kill onto Singed. However, there were 4 players down to get the Singed. Red team noticing this, pushing on to the other objectives then. Hey, if you need that many people to kill our Singed, then we'll just kill everything else. Your base, your tiers, your hopes in victory, all of them destroyed. So the inner towers now have taken a lot of damage. It's only a matter of time before they die, if of course the fighting continues like this. But apparently it won't, for Tryndamere runs away, dodging the Sonic Wave there, and then just jukes it around because he knows Tryndamere can't kill him. Though Zac might. Tryndamere doesn't care about Zac, so I'll auto-attack you, boy. And then dodge another Sonic Wave. Every day, all day. Come on. Do you have another? Oh, being chased there by the Vayne. Of course, he has high movement speed. Oh, someone died there. 2 died. Let's go back quickly. You didn't see anything. I was following the adventures of Tryndamere, and I should have followed the adventures of Lux and the Janna. Oh yeah, you can't see that one coming. A perfect chain of corruption there. Won't work, Janna. You're chained as well, and that will be a double kill for Varus. So yeah, it happened fast. I can't blame you. This will be the first inner tower of the game going down for red team. And I think they want an inhibitor out of this. Well, at least the tower. They might be able to get the tower. Minions are a little bit too far away for now. But Singed is tanking the tower. Only Sona making use of it though. To auto attack it only once. Tryndamere is there as well. 10 seconds remaining for Janna. And, well, now 10 for Lux as well. So they can destroy this tower. I'm not too certain they can destroy the inhibitor. They can do an all-out fight, but keep in mind Varus' ult is on cooldown. Janna's ult is on cooldown as well. 50-50. Incoming, says the Zed, so a fight will occur. He's all by himself though. Is it going to be enough? He is getting shielded, but a very nice crescendo there by Sona, ramming it up, making it so that this is a dead blob you're facing. Singed, of course, making it so that the entirety of blue team needs to disperse, or else they'll get flanked, and you don't like getting flanked. So, great play by red team, once more making perfect usage of their mobility with the Singed, and a very great crescendo coming down from Sona. She will die for it though. Unless Singed is a hero! Well, not anymore. Tryndamere is there as well. He should still have his ultimate. Oh, the static shift not doing enough damage, of course not. Lux is there as well. Kassadin is there as well though. Though many as well. The silence will not reach, however. Hey, Riftwalk! Never mind, I'm going to flash. And then Riftwalk to kill. Just to taunt you. He's just that impatient at Tryndamere, getting caught there by a Sonic Wave. He still has his Undying Will though. Need to be very careful. Singed wants to go deep. It is a Vayne though, so you need to be careful. AD carries excel at killing Singed, especially Vayne. Outrunning a Vayne is fairly hard because she has the chase potential of a goddess, and she will get the double kill for it. Kassadin again trying to snipe someone away and will succeed. Vayne using final hour to try and get the kill quickly and it will succeed. A triple kill for Vayne. I didn't thought it was just in time, but apparently it was. So a little bit of throws there by red team. However, they are still 6,000 gold ahead. Next up will probably be a Baron fight, considering that an inhibitor is down and blue team will have his base pushed and all lanes pushed for the time being. Bottom lane is pushing though, so in a way red team will probably send someone down to get the minions there. It seems to be Varus, but Varus could be going for the blue as well, though he should go for blues first. Pings are going down at Baron by blue team, not yet by red team. Sona wants to ward it first as we're watching someone recall and then go to base. So Zac at the very least warded Baron, so they will know. As we're watching another recall. Great. Great indeed. Let's watch Vayne farm a bit, shall we? Tryndamere with a red buff once more is going to be scary. Actually, he has the spirit of the ancient golem, which I didn't expect at all. Well, it does give him a lot of mobility though. This is the thing with junglers lately. They all want the spirit of the the ancient golem. Because it gives tenacity. And that means you don't need to go for those pesky Mercury threads. Meaning that, as a jungler, you can go for boots that give you high mobility. Like the boots of mobility. Or the boots of swiftness, in case of Tryndamere. Making it so that he is even harder to kite, which is the core thing you need to do against the Tryndamere. Kite him to death. Vayne now going in, however, will she get a kill? Singed running away will probably succeed, but I don't think Tryndamere will be that lucky. A rampage on the Vayne. But a runaway chicken on the Singed, so at least Singed got away. And again, they needed 5 people for that. 5 to get 2, meaning that another inner tower has been destroyed. And well, red team continues to push on. However, they need to be very careful. The entirety of blue team is there. Blue team has proven before that they are geniuses of, well, piling onto each other, as my frames were dropping there for a second, and they are still as good as they should be. Something must be happening in the background. Sorry, I cannot check this, for then the game shall crash, and I want none of that. No crashy washies here. We'll just have to cope with it for the time being. It is stabilizing now though. It's around 24, but I don't think YouTube can process higher than 24 unless it's 30. I don't know, movies are mostly 24 frames per second. We shall see. It's only at the end of the game, so it's not that bad. Spoiler alert, it might be the end, though you probably know it better than I do, because, well, YouTube has a file that has a certain length that you can see. So then, Tryndamere wants to steal blue, succeeds, runs away like a hippie. And you will never catch a hippie once he's stolen blue. That's what hippies do. And again, they needed 4 people just to take blue? What are you thinking, blue team? You are a little bit behind. You need to turtle. Okay, you are all standing together, meaning that you won't get caught by red team. Though your base is getting caught by red team. Now you're out of position again. 3 people just for Kassadin. They can go for Baron right about now. Kassadin being chased. Don't chase Kassadin. He rift walks away. Baron being taken care of by old Tryndamere. Of course, Tryndamere backing off, finding himself a blind monk. He doesn't know what's happening because, something's happening. I'm just going, you bastard. You ruined my sonic wave. Guess I'll just have to use a ward and walk away. So it's going to be Lee Sin juking it about for eternity. We'll probably go to the Varus pretty shortly. Nope, he's just going to continue running, use another ward and then jump away. Singed wants to go one-on-one on Zac at the meantime. Will he succeed? Probably not. Though will Lee Sin succeed in getting away? Probably not, but at least he wasted a lot of time, making it so that blue team could do something, but they couldn't. Kassadin was still bothering the Vayne. She is using a final hour, but guess what? You don't get bonus movement speed on someone you can't see. And especially not a Kassadin who you can't even follow. So, finest hour is on cooldown. Of course, the cooldown isn't all that big, so she shouldn't worry all that much. She is pushing the base because super minions are still pushing it. The inhibitor is almost respawning, so red team needs to take Baron now. They will. Singed, of course, needs 2 people on him at all time, or else he will destroy the tower. Spoiler alert, he's still destroying the tower. Kassadin is pushing the bottom as well. There is no way that blue team can actually contest the Baron with such great split pushing power of red team. Kassadin and Singed are giving hell to the blue team. They aren't interested in losing another inhibitor tower, but they can't do anything about it apparently. Not now that red team has a Baron. Tryndamere now going to split push. The inhibitor is lying naked and they think, we should destroy the inhibitor so we have more super minions. And everyone wants more super minions. Therefore Tryndamere is pushing the top and Kassadin was pushing the bottom. Almost destroyed both towers. Now Tryndamere has destroyed one. Will we see a second? Kassadin being caught by another crescendo, making it so that blue team cannot chase. Oh, Zac can chase though. Kassadin again with the Riftwalk trying to run away. Will not get sniped. And it's going to be Varus trying to get sniped, but he still had a barrier. A very good monsoon there by Janna, healing his teammates. But it will be a death onto Zac. Singed now going in onto the Lee Sin, flinging him towards the Tryndamere. Tryndamere wants to auto-attack him, but he changed his mind. He wants to auto-attack minions, for they regen health. Does he have lifesteal? Yeah, he does. It's a Bilgewater Cutlass, but he has lifesteal. Anyway, without the help of Zac, blue team has no initiation. So only Lee Sin might be able to initiate, but he is a little bit too squishy. He is a Lee Sin. So I think this will be GG, guys. We shall see. A final stand by blue team. Will they succeed? Boom goes the laser and flash goes the Varus. Singed does the run away, so that's not going to work. And Tryndamere still has his undying will, so he could actually still attack the Nexus and do a lot of damage to it. So yes, indeed, you cannot prevent a Tryndamere from destroying your Nexus. It's impossible. So guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Whatever it is I'll do, whenever it is I'll do it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.